Tour marshals, pay attention. Good luck, drivers, and we're going racing on the tone. And Johnny G turning in early in turn 2. At least it's on the very first lap and not the last lap, and he's got basically the entire race to try and get that back, but it's not the start you want. It's definitely the start you want if you're Christopherson, though. Leading the way, Risha in 2. Risha going upside down, and then as the pack comes through, it flips him back over. Car looking no worse for wear after all that. Comes out of that one in the 4 spot. Maybe a little lucky to be in that 4th spot still. Christopherson gets a little squirrely coming onto the straight, but actually manages to take over the lead. Jonan up to 2nd, and there's Risha there in 3rd. Then it's going to be Stansbury in the 4. Zermeno in the 5. Looks like McClellan in the 6. Believe it first night on the layout for Daniel, so a little bit of learning to do here still. And Risha just about takes over the lead. Probably smart there. Checked up on that first double. Didn't jump it. Was a little bit close with Christopherson. Jonan in that 3rd spot. Trying to find that little bit extra speed to get in there. Johnny G works his way all the way back into 4th maybe. Into 4th. McClellan there. Inside for McClellan into 5th. And they both get upside down. What? There's still one more. Oh, man. That was a lot of pat going on there. There was a lot of yelling pats. Christopherson, either way, still out front. Risha still holds on in the 2. Risha and Jonan 2nd and 3rd. Risha turns in early, and so does Jonan. And they both go upside down. But at the end of that one, it is Jonan that ends up picking up the spot. Braking a little bit early at the end of the straightaway for Jonan, making sure to keep the line tight. Looks like it threw off Risha a little bit. He had to steer a little wide, which it was definitely the right move. Mike to the inside. Jonan takes it back. Good race this for the 2 spot right now. All this battle and going to leave Christopherson out front. Really back and forth there for Risha and Jonan. Really nice racing for the final transfer spot onto the B main. There was about 4 passes in just as many corners. Sean pretty comfortable up front right now, holding on to about a 3-second lead over currently Mike Risha, but that 2nd, 3rd spot up for grabs, anyone's guess right now. Jonan a little bit early, turns in. Peters flying up the hill to turn marshal. Risha going to be a little bit mad at himself for that one. Had every opportunity to, well, get the pass and then get some space, but then ends up giving it all right back. Jonan this time returning the favor for Mike as he gets upside down, and Mike gets that 2 spot back, but then again, mistake out of Mike. So it's going to be Jonan back into the 2 spot, and it's a broken car for Mike now. I can see it up here. The right rear is busted. Right rear is busted. And Risha off the track here. So that leaves Christopherson and Jonan pretty comfortable. McClellan and Stansbury now racing for 3rd spot, but they're trying to catch Jonan, and Jonan down the straightaway now as Stansbury is through the triple. 4 minutes down and 3 to go. Again, car problems for Risha. It plagued him last week. Had a great 5 minutes in the B main last week, and then ended up missing the bump up. And tonight in the bump spot. Didn't look like much. Car came down, got wedged in between the pipes, and just like that, broken on the rear end. 5 down and 2 to go for Christopherson. 7 seconds on Jonan. 8.5 seconds on McClellan. Johnny G all the way back into the 4 spot here. Staring right behind the 3rd spot. But, yeah, a minute 30 to go. I don't think the transfer is in the cards tonight. A wild start for Johnny G. Took himself on a wild ride on the start. He does get back to 3rd. 3rd, though, right now, kind of feeling like a consolation prize. McClellan, a great little pass on the hip to get the 3 spot back. Just over a minute to go. Jonan not necessarily out of reach, but it's definitely in his hands. If he keeps the tires on the dirt, he's good to go.
1 minute left.
1 minute remaining. So you got the 2 spot down the straightaway. 3rd spot now up the jumps there in the back. Let's see, Jonan with a 5-second lead. Maybe a little bit more now. McClellan off in the weeds. 30 seconds to go. Leader here headed down the straightaway for Christopherson. Five seconds left to go. And Sean, keep going, but you are guaranteed in. And Jonan done in the 2. So that'll be the transfer there for Jonan. Johnny G claws himself back up to 3rd. Had the speed tonight. Misses the bump spot by 7 seconds, and I don't even want to look at what that first lap was. Had the speed, just can't get the job done. And that is a race, guys. Back out to Marshall.